Hey everybody, there is a light in my eyes. I hope it's not just the reflection of my glasses. I hope there's a sparkle in my eyes. But I wanted to share some things with you today that have brought me some joy. A lot of joy, actually. I decided to put this finished project under the lamp because it's kind of time for us to get things dark up here. But this is my first diamond painting project. Shout out to Just Jessie for the tutorial. It was phenomenal. I knew everything I needed to do. And this is a small project compared to what Jessie does over at her channel. I'll link her channel on the screen and in the description. But this was so much fun, and I finished it in a single day, really in just, a little bit of time spent. I can see some places that need extra drills. That's what these gemstones are called on here. They're, the little plastic things, but that's what they're called, drills. But this was a really budget kit from the Moo, and I have a feeling if I got a nicer kit, which I'm going to get some small projects with nicer kits, just because I discovered I really like doing this, and I probably won't ever do it on the scale that Jessie does. I mean, works of art, absolutely gorgeous. But this is a scale that fits for me, that I can finish in an evening and listen to some of my favorite YouTube creators and share it with you. So that's a bookmark, and it fits on a page. I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so I've put that on the side of a book because I haven't really gotten into this book very much. I have a few pages in. This is The Party Upstairs, a novel by Lee Connell. This is one of the books I got recently at the Dollar Tree. And so that's what that looks like. I would probably push that up a little bit more if it were on a page, but that's how it's used. So I think that's pretty nifty. And I like this book so far. And this is the second Dollar Tree book that I have read. I finished one today, which was a Judy Blume I hadn't ever read. I've mentioned it in other videos, Iggy's House by Judy Blume, and it's about segregation and racial tensions when they were first going on from a child's point of view. So this one, again, The Party Upstairs, I'll tell you more about that. And I'm going to review Iggy's House, too, in a separate video to tell parents what it's about and, anybody really who wants to read it, because I still read books that are intended for all ages. So that's another thing that brought me joy with my first diamond painting project. I was finally able to find something to do with this Dollar Tree pill minder, which is a really good pill minder. I like it, but we had enough already, and I had just bought this one on a whim years ago, probably, and I've put the drills, the little diamond drills, which are just, again, the little rhinestones and things that go in the diamond painting. I put the ones for this project in here, and I'm going to, as I move forward with this hobby, and I think I really am going to move forward with it, again, not in a big way, but just as something to relieve any kind of, stress is a strong word, but just to be a healthy way to spend my time and contemplate, because I can have a conversation and everything while I'm doing it. So it's just something to do with my hands, which is good for my attention difference. So I was able to keep those in here and had enough, had one day shy of filling that up. So I'll figure out how I'm going to organize the drills moving forward. As I said, the diamond painting kit has these pieces called drills. And again, this one was super inexpensive. I don't want to use the CHEAP word, but it was. And some of them are done really professionally, I've noticed on Jessie's videos. But this is one of them, and I just wanted to show you what that looked like. A lot of them are a bunch smaller than this. This is a really big one. I also wanted to give you an example of the smaller of... Not the smaller, because there's more than two sizes, but one of the smallest of the kit. This may be as small as mine got, but I'm not sure. Might have been a scoosh smaller than that, actually. But that's what that looks like, and that's how I made the bookmark. And here's the stuff I had left over. There's some scissors that I added because I needed those to cut the packets open. These packets are not resealable, and I can see that being an issue for cheap ones, cheap kits. But, I used the CHEAP word, I'm sorry. But I also felt like I might use these pill bottles again. It always bothers me how much we waste when we throw out these bottles. So I may end up using those. I don't know. I'm going to try not to spend very much money just because this is, again, going to be something I just do in my spare time. It's not going to be a major hobby, but something to do with my hands while I'm chit-chatting or listening to YouTube or just to be productive. And it feels so organized and good to make something. Another thing that made me super happy is this is another way that I read books. I love physical books too, but look, Silly Goose on the Loose, and I am a silly goose. I had my Route 44 Sonic Sprite Zero today. Oh my gosh, I've been drinking it ever since I got it. What a joy. My box of matches. And now we light not one of our contemplative candles. That's Glasses Monkey. He holds my glasses. But two, because I remembered to bring up the bees. Oh, actually, I think the disembodied voice did that for me. I remembered to ask for the beeswax taper. I guess that's a taper. If it's not, let me know. Later on, I will be using this beautiful object, which is a candle snuffer I've shown that in another video, to put out the candles when I'm ready to do that. It kind of cuts down on the smoke. So the final thing, other than Glasses Monkey, who's my friend and holds my glasses, and there's my time turner necklace from the Harry Potter series that I got on a visit to England. We were in London, and we went to Heathrow's Harry Potter shop, the 9 3/4 shop, and I got that time turner that Hermione used. I also have from the Dollar Tree, and I've used them and absolutely love them, these little magnetic bookmarks. You might be able to tell. I need to do a whole video on bookmarks. I love bookmarks. So you might be able to tell. This one says Faith, Hope, and Love. And it's got the Be Joyful in Hope on the back of it. And that's so that you can put them on a couple of pages and hold your place. And this one is also a magnetic one. And it says, y'all, you know I cannot read that. Hold on. We have hope anchored for firm, secure. It's a verse, right? It's a verse. And I'm having a hard time reading all of it, but there's the other side of it, which I think they're both the same on this one. So that's also brought me plenty of joy. I hope that you've enjoyed the everyday joy that I shared in this video. Find those things in your life that are everyday joy for you and put them in the comments below so that we can know how you find ways to find joy every day. Remember how loved you are. You don't have to change anything about yourself to be lovable because you already are lovable. I love you, and I hope that you will go in peace and love to serve others, and please do pray for Ukraine.